Morning, everyone. I think there's going to be a little bit of echo today, but the plan is to get this 24 by 40 steel garage that we put up a couple months ago as insulated as possible. And really wasn't sure the best way to do this. I looked at a lot of YouTube videos, and I know there's a lot of folks who have done polystyrene, and I just felt like with all the gaps in the bottom and the top, some type of spray foam would work better. So I reached out to a few spray foam insulating contractors and nobody got back to me, so I decided to do it on our own. So I went out to Amazon and bought 14 cases of, I think it's called Beest full stop spray foam insulation, and did a little trial run back here and over here just to see how it went. The plan is to do maybe an inch or so, inch and a half on the walls, primarily, like I said, just to seal things up, keep airflow from going in and out, and then probably 2 inches on the ceiling. Not sure exactly. I may have to order some more. This wasn't cheap. I'm gonna guess it was $2,500 to $3,000 for all this, but I felt like the closed cell foam was just a better option. We're really not sure how we're going to do the ceiling yet. I'm pretty sure on the walls I'm either going to do drywall or some type of plywood or wallboard. Those are pretty easy. I'm not quite sure what we want to do on the ceiling. Maybe steel like we have on the roof, just on the underside. Not sure. So the plan today, or the hope today, is to get as much of this done on the walls as possible. Wish me luck and have fun watching. Oh, the other thing is I bought one of these. I brought some drywall tools, but then I also brought a scraper. And I think once everything's done, we're gonna have to scrape. I did this one right here already, and it's scraped down pretty smooth enough. We'll have to do that around all of them once it's done, so that whatever we put on there will lay flat. Not sure if we're gonna do, like I said, furring strips and drywall, or maybe some type of plywood, or don't know, we'll see. But we're gonna do some insulation today and see what happens. Also, sorry to Yee Yee Life. Sweatshirt, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get destroyed today. It's one of my favorites. I'm assuming my wife will hopefully get me a new one. By the way, great channel. If anybody's into guns and shooting stuff, I think they're based out of Georgetown, which isn't too far from here. So need to go get me a new Yee Yee sweatshirt for some work, but here's the stuff we're using. It's called Beest Full Stop, and I can get about one square there done with each of these, maybe a little bit more than one. So hopefully we have enough. I bought 14 cases, 14 times 12, I don't know, that's a lot of cans. So let's see what we can do. All right, so I'm gonna go pretty quick here, because what happens is the stuff will dry up in the gun if you don't keep it moving. And they do sell, or they do provide, when you buy a kit, some cleaning solution. But I don't really feel like cleaning the gun right now. So a couple of things that I've learned in just doing this for 2 days. One, when the can is empty, make sure you get it completely empty on the wall. Otherwise, when you take it off, it's gonna squirt out a little bit. It just gets messy, kind of annoying. The other thing is you can't get it too close, or it just kind of sprays off what's on there. And then a few other things. If you're going to do more than one spray, give it about 10-15 minutes to set up and then go through and find your spots that you missed. With these corrugated metal, I realize you gotta kind of come at it from both angles, not just head on. Otherwise you're gonna miss some spots. Yeah, I mean, that was one case. It took me about 25 minutes and you can see how much it did. And it's probably not, it's about an inch. Again, mostly for airflow, a little bit of insulation, keeps the panels from getting super hot on the inside. That was one case, 12 cans, about 25 minutes. So I did the easy part first. I did, obviously, the bottom. I've got a ladder. I'll try to get probably through this first bay up here later today with the ladder, depending on how long I can stay. We're gonna flip it around. We're gonna do the other side. We're gonna work on the ends, and then we'll see what we have to do. Another thing that I learned is get all your cans ready ahead of time. Each can comes with a lid and some spray nozzles inside. It doesn't take a long time, but if you're trying not to get the gun to dry out, recommendation is take all the lids off, get all your cans lined up ahead of time. Honestly, spend almost as much time shaking the can and installing it and going and get a new one as you do spraying. But that is one case, 25 minutes, not too bad. I think a case is about $300 on Amazon. So there you go, on to the other side. So we did, let's see, what time is it? It is 10:53, so 8:30, not quite 2.5 hours. And I had a few of the panels done, but I would think I learned a lot. I think in 2.5 hours, I got done pretty much all the walls and first part of the ceiling. A few things I learned, a few things I'm thinking about. Number one, I am pretty sure I'm going to rent a scissors lift or something like that to get the ceiling, because otherwise I'm gonna be moving my ladder like 1,000 times. So scissors lift for the ceiling. I bought, like I said, 14 boxes of Full Stop by Beest, B-E-E-S-T, and I used exactly half for one spray on the walls. So I have half left for the ceiling. Should be about good. I mean, definitely sealed up all the holes. A lot less airflow through here now. Got a little bit more to do on the walls, touch up, maybe half an hour worth. And then, like I said, I think I'm gonna get a scissors lift and do the ceiling. This thing comes with two different attachments. One is blue and one is black. Blue is supposed to be for the walls and black is supposed to be for the ceiling. I can't tell the difference. I tried them both and they both seem to do about the same. So a lot of cleanup to do on the walls. Not, you know, I don't know how much time, but clean up on the walls. I still need to do up there in the corners a little bit more, get that sealed up real nice. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do on the walls, either plywood or drywall with some furring strips. If I do drywall, then I gotta do furring strips. And I'm not sure I wanna go through all that work, so might just do plywood. What else did I learn? When you're squeezing the nozzle, sometimes it gets stuck open a little bit and you have to kind of stick it in reverse. You know, you go like this to make it come out, but sometimes you have to put your finger underneath it to keep it from flowing out. It gets a little stuck in there. Goggles are a must. I started doing the ceiling or the high parts of the walls and I could feel some stuff in my eyes burning, and after about 10 seconds I realized you need goggles if you're doing anything above your head. Definitely some type of mask to cover your mouth. It doesn't smell super toxic. I'm sure it is. It doesn't smell bad. Plus we had the fan on, this big huge shop fan, and I had the garage door open. I guess I probably should have opened both garage doors, but nice day, not too hot out, about 80 degrees, so it's not super hot in here. So next, before I tackle the ceiling, I'm gonna clean up all the walls, get the floors cleaned up, and then I just don't know what I'm gonna do on the ceiling. I don't know if I just wanna put steel up there and drop in something behind it, some type of spray foam behind it maybe, or try to go ahead and spray the ceiling, but a little bit more to do above the garage doors. Probably do that with a longer ladder, and a little bit more in the corners. So next step, clean the walls, a little bit more in the corners and above the garage doors. Get some stuff on the walls, some type of wood or something. I think I'm gonna do right up to where these angle brackets go. That way, if I do decide to either leave the ceiling, although I know that's where most of the heat comes through when it's hot outside, I can kind of figure that out later. So we'll see what happens. Appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for coming out. I did a lot of searching on YouTube for videos like this of this particular product and couldn't find any, so maybe you'll get something out of it. Appreciate y'all. So walls are done. Well, walls are done with insulation. We still have to do some ceiling work, and I think the next step is plywood, but thought we would show you the final product. And I don't know, if you've never used Beest spray foam, I don't really have anything to compare it against, but I guess it worked out all right. We've got the walls all scraped down so that we can put probably plywood up here, paint it white. I was experimenting, seeing how difficult it would be to put metal screws. Not too difficult. Wondering if anybody's done this and done a lot of metal screws and used a hammer drill or an impact drill, I guess, or just a regular drill. And the regular ones seem to work fine, but wondering if anybody has any thoughts on that. So, final version. Probably gonna do either the rest of that spray foam right there on the ceiling or something else. I'm gonna get the walls done and then we'll focus up there after. Appreciate y'all coming along. It's been a fun, not so fun experience putting up insulation, but it will be nice. We did it because in the winter, we have all the well equipment here and we want to keep it from freezing as best we can. So we'll put up maybe a little heater or something like that right in this area just in case. But final product.